How you doing, fight fans? This is Boxing Knowledge coming at ya with my shitty audio. Woohoo! Gotta love it. Alright, guys, it's time. The prediction of Paul Williams against Kermit Cintron. Wow. I've heard a lot of stuff they've been saying about how Paul Williams and Kermit Cintron, oh, it's such a tough fight and too close to call, and somebody Kermit Cintron, he only has two losses, questionable losses to Margarito, and he got knocked out by Martinez, and then Martinez didn't knock him out, and then he did knock him out. I don't know, guys. All right, none of that is irrelevant. I mean, all of that is irrelevant. None of that is relevant. All right, and I'll tell you why. I think it should be an easy. I'm saying an easy unanimous decision victory for Paul Williams. Either 7-5, 8-4, something like that. Kermit might get a 5-4 rounds. Under his belt, but it seems to me that the blueprint to beating Paul Williams is lies within being a southpaw. He's only struggled with two people, guys. Both have been southpaws. He has no problem with right-hand dominant fighters. That's a fact. The equalizer here, and you guys are probably going to kid me, probably laugh at me, but I'm being honest. The equalizer, I think, is Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart has such a wealth of knowledge to offer, an insight to give Kermit Cintron. Wait, is that even his trainer anymore? You know what? Don't quote me on that, because I know that Emmanuel Stewart was training Kermit Cintron before, but I don't know if that's the case anymore. But let's put it this way: Kermit Cintron is a B-plus fighter. He's got a pretty good record. He beat Alfred Angulo, maybe a little bit. Maybe he beat him at the right time. Maybe Angulo didn't develop his game the way that he is now, and a year from now he'll be a force to be reckoned with in that division. Maybe it was timing. I don't know, but he beat him. He showed that he beat a very talented fighter who was undefeated at the time. Again, only two questionable losses, three losses, one draw against Martinez, two losses against Margarito. That was back at welter, but he's had a pretty decent campaign at 154. I don't like Kermit Cintron. Yeah. There's something about him. He's a bit of a crybaby, Not like an Andre Durrell type of crybaby, but like something else. I mean, just the last fight, I got headbutted. It was a butt. Maybe he did thought it was a butt. I don't know. But he was just a baby, I think Martinez clearly won that fight. Clearly. Hands down. Butt or no butt. Knockdown or no knockdown. I think he schooled him. I wonder who Kermit Cintron's promoter is. Probably Don King. Anyway, guys, look. Martinez is good. Cintron is good. He's really good. He's a former welterweight champion, world champion. He's good. I just think that Paul Williams is elite. If I could have gone either way, I had Martinez winning the fight against. I had a draw actually, but the point is, he went toe to toe with Martinez. He took as well as he got. He's got mad heart. Now, the only way that I see Paul Williams losing this fight, all right, I don't think he has enough firepower to put Cintron away. So I definitely think it's going to be a cruise unanimous decision. He'll give up 4 or 5 rounds. That's what I think. That's the way I see it, guys. I know a lot of people are saying it's close. It's a tough fight to call. Very close. They're both world-class fighters. That's true, but I just don't see it in my mind. In my head, I see Paul Williams not dominating, but cruising, in the fight. 7 rounds to 5, 8 rounds to 4, something like that. I just don't see Paul Williams putting away Kermit. I don't see that Kermit being able to land enough clean shots to put Paul away. I think that Paul is just going to score a lot of punches with volume, and I don't think that Cintron will be able to make the adjustments necessary. And Paul Williams is a warrior. Martinez knocked the snot out of him, literally knocked the snot out of him, and he kept coming, kept showing you the heart. the determination of a champion. All right, this little game that Paul Williams has been playing, bouncy between 154, 160, and 147. Who knows? It could take its toll on his body. I doubt it. But at the end of the day, those are my final predictions. Paul Williams, unanimous decision over Kermit Cintron. That's the way I see it in my head. Could be wrong. Have been wrong. Not many times though. So let me know what y'all think. Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Can't wait to see the fight. Trying to see if I covered all my bases here. Let's get into a semi-technical aspect of it, okay? Kermit Cintron is a guy with decent power. He's a big guy, you know. He's a big 154-pounder. Very well chiseled. Good, big, broad shoulders. Decent jab. Very good boxing fundamentals. Questionable chin. I think he's questionable to the body too. I think his body's suspect. Paul Williams. Paul Williams got hurt that one time. He went down. But he's got a heck of a chin on him. I mean, Martinez was hitting with flush shots for all 12 rounds, and he was up. He stood up. He didn't see the other punch coming that knocked him down, but he got back up. Took a lot of punishment. He's got a heck of a chin. Got a heck of a beard, that boy. Can't say the same thing for Cintron. So technically, I mean, if you guys want to bet, based on my advice, personally, I'm not a betting man. Once in the blue, when it's a slam dunk, I'll bet. Some guy bet me $200 that Martinez was going to lose against Kelly Pavlik, and he bet me $200 that Mosley was going to knock out Mayweather. You better believe that during that second round, I was biting my fingernails, hoping Mosley wouldn't. But the point is, when it's a slam dunk, I bet. When someone's stupid enough to bet against the grain, or someone doesn't know dick about boxing, you know what I mean? Like the whole Martinez, a friend of mine, buddy of mine. By the way, I didn't get paid. Still trying to call him and track him down. Where's my $400 at? But anyway, guys, not a betting man, but if you are going to take my advice, here's some technical aspects, okay? Paul Williams narrowly defeated Martinez. I had it a draw, but it could have gone either way. Martinez beat Cintron. Obviously, if A beats B doesn't mean, and B beats C doesn't mean that A can beat C. All right, we all know that. But I mean, let's look at the blueprint. Paul Williams has never been tumbled by a right-hander. All the people who have given him problems have been left-handers. So at the end of the day, southpaw seems to be a bit troublesome for Paul Williams. But I just, I don't see Kermit Cintron being able to, unless he hurts him early. Okay, guys, last thing I want to say. The only way that I see Paul the Punisher Williams lose this fight is that last fight with Sergio Martinez, where he went hell and back with this guy, with right now the lineal, all right, in my opinion, undisputed middleweight champion of the world. I believe that unless that fight took a lot out of Paul, maybe he won't be the same fighter afterwards. Just like they said with Cotto, after Margarito knocked him out, he wasn't the same fighter. Whatever. Maybe that's the case with Paul. We don't know. We'll see. As of now, I will stand by my decision. Paul Williams, unanimous decision against against Kermit Cintron. All right. Unless he no longer looks like the same fighter. Unless we can connect the dots and attribute his defeat as a direct result of the previous fight with Martinez, or at least have enough evidence to point to that fight that he had with Martinez. That's the only way I see Paul losing. But yeah, guys, leave comments. Do not forget to subscribe. This boxing knowledge coming at you. Remember, boxing is intelligent.